Oh dear.
Fellas, it's time. After so many years, Donkey Kong 64 is finally gonna get an honest-to-God, totally not romanticized sequel.
Is it?
Heart.
It's finally
So how about we
here.
celebrate with the rap?
It is finally here on Nintendo Switch 2. If you know the words, I don't
You
know.
can buy one too! Wait, no, what do you mean you can't?
I gotta get out of here.
You gotta find.
That was Chunky checking the
Oh my
online
gosh.
trackers, seeing if he could buy the Nintendo Switch 2.
I mean, I don't know. You say we were playing it on the Nintendo Switch 2, but I don't remember them showing off all these other Kongs in the trailer. Also, did they listen to fan backlash and change DK's design again?
A second time? I think it was well worth it.
I mean, look at him in that crazy brow of his. In fact, look, he's a lot pointier now.
He's a lot more polygonal.
Oh no, DK's going through his, late 90s itch phase.
Yeah.
I forget. What rating did they... What tier do they put this design of Donkey Kong on the grand tier of Donkey Kong visual designs?
I think
from
he
kids
put
to
it-
adults.
But if it's the video that you're thinking of, I think he put it that I don't know if it was either B plus or A minus, but he did rank it high, partly because he was just like very nostalgic for DK64.
It was
Aw.
around the A's, I remember that much.
Lanky Kong is going to be very upset.
So how many YouTube poop edits have you seen of this?
Way too many to freaking count.
I haven't seen directly like YouTube poop remixes, but I have seen, and myself once or twice, seen a couple of just SoundCloud, just like song edits or mashups of this song.
Yeah, it's amazing what
It's-
you can like use for this. It's amazing how many songs you can use with these lyrics.
I still remember the real Lanky Kong actually doing a whole,
Reaction
to
Back
seeing
again.
him just see
Freaking
how
hell.
Donkey Kong just muddles his image with showing how much of a funny face he has.
Oh my gosh, Joel Haver is so
I thought
funny.
we were just doing something silly for the video. Like, you didn't deprecate anyone else.
What do you mean it's already up online? Anyway, so thankfully, just in time for Christmas, James has decided that now's the time that with new crew in tow, Abby and Nikki, we're going to try out Donkey Kong 64 again. And as you're going to soon see, as that first original splash screen is going to show as soon as we get through this cranky tune. James has a few new stipulations he's going to be trying because we're going to do this one live.
So when I was little, I always thought Chunky Kong was like the best Kong because he wore a backwards baseball cap.
Oh, I mean, of course, that's how it works.
Honestly, the first time I saw Chunky Kong, I always thought to myself, wait, is this just Diddy Kong all grown up?
But did he send the intro?
No, but Diddy's right there.
Time
But
travel.
what if that
exists.
Diddy Kong isn't the actual Diddy Kong we know and love? What if he's the little brother?
Yeah, like Cranky Kong's the new DK, and Ramby's actually the Godfather.
Oh, shut up!
Hey Logan!
Yes.
What if they replaced Donkey Kong with Nonky Junglicious?
I was about to say, what if they replaced Donkey Kong with the barrel? Because that's what's kind of about to happen here, James. What is this?
Welcome everybody to the Tag Anywhere mod of Donkey Kong 64. For those of you that have been living under a rock for the past couple of years now, this is
Such
pretty much
as
the
me.
definitive way to play Donkey Kong 64.
Absolutely.
Because with the Tag Anywhere mod, you can literally tag anywhere.
Which, if you recall from our first time ever playing this game, was probably, especially when you get to what was the name of the, was it Gloomy Galleon? Was that the one we were talking about?
I want to say it was Gloomy Galleon. Hey, buddy.
Hey.
Wow.
I'm trying to pose for the cameras here.
Was he just flossing?
I don't know. Yeah, if
You know,
recall,
all these years on Planet Dong, I've never seen that idle animation with Kremlin.
No.
Oh, there's a
James
whole
already
bunch
warned
of
me
them.
about that one.
Yeah, also, it should be said, among the many things that this mod does include is a speed mode for speedrunners out there, because it does cut back on a lot of stuff that the original Donkey Kong 64 has. Although, having done a recent playthrough of it myself, it is helpful for a specific purpose, but it does make me miss some of the pizzazz the original game already had, so we're gonna keep that off for the sake of this playthrough.
Okay.
Because consider this sort of a
Redemption?
do-over of that old commentary.
Yeah, because yeah, if you recall from our first time playing this in Gloomy Galleon and especially Crystal Caves, that was like our #1 complaint was having to make repeated backtracks to the barrel and going all the way back. So I'm very curious to see how.
Ironically,
yeah?
my speed mode run of the game actually took longer than the non-speed mode run of the game.
Oh.
So all the more reason why we're just gonna play this game slightly vanilla.
Okay.
Fair enough. Fair enough. But first, Icky, the story.
What is the story outside of Parrot?
Parrot the bird was flying one day.
Then squawks, you heathen.
Welcome to Parrot Wing 64.
Welcome.
Parrot the Squawks was flying with his family one day.
Oh god, his clones!
Welcome to Parrot Park.
Which is also on DK Island.
I recognize that fudge squirrel anywhere. So
No,
this is
that's just
Boy
Parrot
Genius
Park. It just
Island.
No, that's Parrot Park. It just happens to look like a gorilla. Complete coincidence.
I assure you.
We didn't have many options, but we had this option.
But let's not fool ourselves, everybody. This is Donkey Kong Isle, which is kind of like Donkey Kong Island, except they call it Isle now, and it's very much more in the shape of DK's face.
Yep.
What would you
wonder
do if
if-
you lived on an island in the same exact shape of your head?
Would be wild. Yes, Hype.
What part would you live in?
Don't worry, Hype. Continue.
Do you ever wonder if, whether it be in this game or like the original trilogy, like the giant DK head on DK Island, do you think it was there before the Kongs moved in, or did DK order everyone to carve his face on that island?
I think it existed before DK showed up.
It probably did, but considering where DK's going on in his life nowadays, who's to say that maybe that wasn't something, premeditated?
That's true. Meanwhile, after we dumped him into a bunch of sharks, blew up his ship, and then even fought him in Canada, it
And
would appear
repeatedly
that
electrocuted him.
it would appear that someone is a bit of a grudge. Oh dear.
Yeah, a grudge is putting it lightly.
A long time for this moment. Soon Donkey Kong and his pretty little island will be no more.
Thinking about it in retrospect, considering all the
wait,
times
my favorite
he
dude.
did- Oh yeah,
Yep.
guy just hanging.
Save
Help!
him.
I don't know how to get down.
Thank you. Alright, continue though.
But it's kind of funny considering, Kuril's had a whole history of, donning multiple personas throughout the years. I'm surprised with this game they didn't just up and make him the mafia boss.
Well, I know later in the game he adopts a different persona, but again, that's like literal endgame where he does that.
That's totally fair. Also, pay no mind. Again, trying to emulate this game in general has always been kind of a fickle fuck when it comes to
He's coming right at
figuring
us!
out the appropriate speed.
Honestly, I think that's just funny, just seeing them do that. Honestly, I think it's very much a character. So,
Back it up!
almost.
Don't forget the package.
I think it's supposed to be an anchor.
I forget, was the backing up sound there originally? Because I forgot they did that.
That was.
Oh
the
yeah, that was
original.
originally there.
Thank you, Rare Humor. Because this is believed by many to be a Rare's magnum opus on the N64.
Magnum opus or very ambitious mistake.
Maybe too ambitious.
Right, because let's be real here. Like, Donkey Kong 64, for all intents and purposes, a very solid 3D platformer. With a couple of really, really obnoxious bits and pieces here and there that kind of don't put it on the same pedestal that people would put, say, Banjo-Kazooie or its sequel.
It's funny, like, when you guys talk about, like, this being, like, one of their most ambitious titles, I get why. I always was under the assumption that Conquer was probably their most ambitious N64 game.
That one's just as ambitious, but for different reasons.
There could be a whole documentary just on the transformation of Conker, from initial project to release. Oh no, the Kongs!
Oh no, they're being locked up.
It's impressive how, for N64 standards, this whole cutscene has voice acting.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
yeah.
not really all that compressed either.
Golden bananas. Friend.
Wait, he looked up DK?
Look at the physical fitness on that
Oh,
moment.
there he is.
No, it's just a. Yeah, I wish there was a tint or something to show that was specifically a hologram that you see sometimes, but
No, it's just the Donkey Kong simulation chamber.
hey,
DK, come quickly! They're gone! They're all gone! Ah!
what's wrong? What's gone, my friends?
Hello, my name's Donkey Kong, and I'm here to,
Hey, Maestro, cut that out, please.
Okay. I was waiting for it to be like the, oh my gosh, my friends? No! Oh. They're bananas! Oh!
Texas!
Just like-
Oh,
Also, I'm gonna get the joke out of the way. It's gonna be really awkward when DK has to remodel the island just to have its eyebrow raised like his own soon. Get the entire Jackhammer squad on that. Anyway,
Listen, all this time on the Ingot Island's going to give them all the prep time to actually make it possible.
true. God,
honestly,
wouldn't that be-
considering
oh,
what
sorry,
all
Hank,
you're
go
gonna
for
be. Oh, sorry.
No, I was saying that was you. My apologies. Go ahead.
I was just saying, considering what all he's gonna be doing in Bonanza, I feel like he won't even need a demolition crew. He could just do the demolition all by himself.
he is the demolition.
Exactly, he's the jackhammer.
But yeah, I was just thinking like, oh my gosh, I actually kind of
I
hope
thought
that's
he was a jackass.
no, that's lame.
What'd you
That's
say
the
about me?
tromboner.
Donkey.
No, that's the tromboner. No, the other thing is I actually would love if that ends up being one of the subplots.
Ooh, can I voice this guy's
Banana.
dialogue?
I mean, sure. I don't know shit.
Well, if it isn't my lazy, good-for-nothing son, lost your golden bananas again. And where might your flea-bitten friends be? You don't know, do ya? I have thought you would be able to smell the work of a reptile by now. Luckily for you, old Cranky's batch of homemade potions will give you all the skill you need for your silly 3D quest. But you're not having any until you've completed my training barrels. Now buzz off and come back when you've done them all.
And don't forget my meds this time!
I will not make a promise.
On
But no,
second thought, I rescind my
Oh.
volunteer.
What did
That's
Cranky
fair.
mean about training? Donkey all confused.
Man,
You know, of all the things that Donkey Kong 64 did, I do not miss DK speaking in the third person.
that is fair. But yeah, I remember now. Basically, I would love if in Bonanza that's actually part of the subplot is you're mining all this stuff to build a new DK island from scratch.
He has to afford the workers somehow.
Not even the workers, like he'll just mush all the rocks together and make an island.
Yeah. Although,
Welcome
let's be
to
real,
bonus
the only,
game.
the only reason he's there is just because he wants to mine up all the freaking edible gold
Banana
that's down
rocks.
there.
That's
Yeah,
true, all the
all
banana...
All those crystal bananas.
Yeah.
I'm surprised there are no crystal coconuts.
You know, that's a very good point. You know, I hope they capitalize on that.
Maybe.
I love this minigame music. So funny.
Oh yeah, I believe they used this theme in a recent little promo video that they did.
Not this one, but a similar song did play in a recent Nintendo Today update.
Oh, nice. But yeah, I guess while we're going through this, James?
Which, hey, you know what? You know what, ladies and gentlemen? There is some merit to actually having the Nintendo Today app.
Exactly, you get to see all the silly faces DK makes.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Oh yeah, I would say, James, right away, I'm very curious. What would you say, James, is your history with this game?
Well, I remember first seeing the commercial for Donkey Kong 54 way back when it was coming out. And all the freaking damage that these monkeys caused to, I think, was New York.
Oh no.
Wow.
And there was even a whole like criminal sketch of Lanky Kong.
Oh dear.
Have you seen this tromboner?
and yet we've never seen Chunky Kong ever since.
Well, of course, he's dead.
Oh, not true. He was in the movie.
That's true.
He has a warrant for indecent exposure.
Was that Chunky Kong or was
That was
that
100%
just...
Chunky Kong.
Yeah, he had the same vest and everything.
I think it's worth mentioning that that previous tutorial gave us a new item to Donkey Kong's arsenal, which will expand greatly, much like the Dong himself. Oranges. We got grenades, and they bounce.
Yep.
Yeah, no, like, it starts with the orange grenades, but over time we'll come to learn that this game puts a surprising focus on what I'd like to humorously call guerrilla warfare.
Cute.
God damn it, you just beat me to a fucking punch.
I was
Sorry.
about to say, you say that, I'm surprised the game itself doesn't make that pun.
Ah, well.
I mean, he's an ape, not necessarily a gorilla.
It gets there, but yeah.
What, Donkey Kong? I mean, I always figured he was a gorilla.
But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. We're
He looks like a gorilla. He's shaped like a gorilla. He's got the finely toned buttocks of a gorilla.
He smells like gorilla.
I mean, like, what exactly is the difference between a gorilla and an ape again?
I think it's the tail.
I always figured like an ape is just a classification of like these types of animals, whether it be like gorillas or chimpanzees
Great, like New World apes,
or orangutans.
yeah, those ones.
mandrills, bonobos.
As you
I mean,
do.
you can also just say like whether it be apes or simians, it's kind of like the same thing at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
With some very minute differences that some archaeologists are gonna be butthurt over if you mention it right in their presence.
Probably.
Anyway, we cleared our training, Cranky. So how about that doozy of a drink you have in store for us?
Gulp, gulp, gulp.
Insert Cranky voicing here.
You took your time, donkey. Chungara said he did it. Here, drink this.
Ooh, strange chemicals.
Potassium. Or the simian smam.
I don't like this.
Lesson learned, kids. Don't drink.
Especially strange green beakers.
Right. You and your missing buddies will be able to slam the ground by pressing this button to jump, and then that one whilst in the air. It should get you out of this area. Oh, one more thing. I got a real treat for you. But only if you bring me 15 banana medals. I think they look like this.
Oh boy.
I'll see you later if you're lucky.
So this is why I believe this game could be considered their magnum opus, is because in terms of, I mean, right away, yeah, welcome to a collectathon's collectathon. Like, of many objects and many items you will find. Of many, and honestly, like, some may say Conquer, but I feel like Conquer cheats around it a lot with the context-sensitive pads, in that it's really one button that does a lot of other things, whereas this one has many different buttons and many different moves that all, like, take, like, some learning to do properly.
You know those funky little, yellow buttons on the right end of your N64 controller? Yeah, make sure to familiarize with yourself with them, because they are going to be used for basically fucking everything.
Alright.
You know, DK's just looking around his stolen banana hoard, just going,
Oh.
Yeah, we'll always miss you.
Oh.
Despite the fact that Donkey Kong himself was the one to eat all of his bananas this time.
I thought he was just gonna stand in the center and be like, something wrong here.
I get the feeling something is missing.
Someone mess with my furniture again?
You know, it is true, though, that considering how much of a ravenous appetite this gorilla has for bananas, it's amazing even as a banana hoard to begin with.
Something funny about how the starting area of DK's house is apparently a separate dimension from DK Isle itself.
Kind of. I mean, it's so funny. Like, you go inside the mouth of the island, it's like, there's still you go through the cave and everything, there's still, like, once you're out of the cave, you still see a sky up there.
Yeah, I mean, it could be like a little hollow. It could be a little hollow inside his head to show how...
Where am I?
You
Anyway.
could call it that, yeah. So let's get down to brass tacks, everybody. First and foremost, these little pads here will allow you to transport to certain areas, depending on if you're able to link these pads with their identical counterparts.
Banana portation.
And this right here is the elusive tag barrel, and also the key ingredient into why the original game was fucking frustrating.
Huh.
Who are these question marks? What's their story?
So this barrel here is where all our friends will be stored for, in the event you need to use them for a mission or whatever later. And that was, like, with the original game, that was the only way you were able to swap characters.
Okay.
Storing characters?
And then we got that
it
one.
might just be a better idea to explain it in further detail later once we actually have another character to play as.
That's fair.
Because
For
in the meanwhile,
now,
we only have Donkey Kong.
let's learn a bit more about the plot.
Ah, yes.
Oh, hi. My name's K.Lumsy, and I've been locked in here because I wouldn't smash up some little island.
Oh.
But how could I? Such a lovely little island full of cute monkeys. So I said no. Karel said I'm too soft to be a Kremlin, and I'm to stay in here until I've toughened up.
Oh.
I'll do anything to be free again.
Well
Is this
then.
the Richard Kind grasshopper to
Hey, little monkey, perhaps you can help poor K.Lumsy escape? Oh, go on, I'll be your bestest friend.
Well,
DK's
you
like,
know?
I don't know. Oh, wait. Yes, the donkey will help K.Lumsy.
Hooray!
I don't know why, but I suddenly feel like kicking this crocodile's
A
butt.
little tail bounce, that's cute.
Just close zoom in,
Yes, donkey will help.
and that's
Yeah.
it.
I don't know why, what I'm just thinking is back to the whole, like, a terminal montage.
Whoa.
It's like, are they digging holes in my mountain?
I mean, you just blew up a hole in your mountain.
Oh, K.Lumsy's so happy now, but Karula's taken the keys to his cage and given them to the biggest and most feared soldiers in his army. If you manage to get hold of any keys, please bring them back here to help in my locks. Don't tell Karul, though. This has to be our little secret.
Just a secret between you and me.
We don't know why I tell Karul to begin with, but okay.
And with that, unconventional as it may be, James has his grand MacGuffin, goal he's looking for.
Yeah, so this big dumb softy that we just met up is going to be our key means of actually traveling all across DK Isle, just because every time he gets all happy and giddy, he causes tremors that open up new passageways for us.
Oh, that beaver is doing
Not the
nothing.
least of which is this one, which has a golden banana right there at the entrance.
Perfect.
There are 201 of these suckers.
Oh.
And you thought Mario Odyssey was obnoxious with the amounts of moons you could find.
I mean, listen, to be fair, the one banana was meant to be a secret, but, listen, we're playing this game, well after its heyday, so, you know.
Yeah, fair. So, yeah.
So where were you when DK64 moved onto the scene?
I don't know.
Around the same time that I got my first Instance 4, actually. Aside from Mario 64, this was, one of the first couple of games I actually had for the system. The other ones being, again, Mario 64 and Mario Kart, and A Bug's Life.
I was a loser, and I was playing Earthworm Jim I was playing Earthworm Jim 3D.
Aww.
Where are these colorful little doors?
Mama?
Mama.
Grandmama Winkley?
Mama Donkey.
I mean, Wrinkly? Winky?
Be afraid, young ones. It's only me, Wrinkly Kong. My body may have passed away since DKC3,
Oh.
but I'm here in spirit to help you defeat those naughty crocodiles.
I wasn't
I
even
can
in
use
that
my
game.
supernatural powers to reveal to you and your friends where that rogue Karul has hidden some of your precious golden bananas.
That's good.
You can come and see me whenever you see my face. Don't be shy now, dearies.
Mama died?
I hate the noise she makes when she goes back
Yeah,
into
the sound
door.
effects are creepy, James.
I don't like Winkley Kong no more.
Whoa.
No one told DK Mama died.
No, until DK Mama's scary.
You know, maybe that's the reason why Cranky's all crotchety nowadays, because his own wife died in between games.
Well, dang, I feel bad.
Well, what was his excuse for being crotchety beforehand?
Good question.
I mean, he was always, for fuck's sake, his name is Cranky Kong.
Let's see how that fool Donkey Kong is progressing, shall we?
Meanwhile, in the DK simulator,
A Kremling decides to leave a gold banana above him on a string.
That's right, my scaly friend. The ape hasn't even got his first banana yet.
And then the Kremling died. The end.
Oop.
I'm very livid right now. Very good, Donkey, but you'll need more than brute strength to stop me this time.
welcome to Jungle Japes,
Oh no, the boss
Jungle
stopped
Japes.
again.
Just hit him once.
where there is in fact japes and a jungle.
So why do they call it Japes, anyway? What even is a Jape?
I think it's like a 20th century term. Oh.
I'm gonna look that up right now.
Maybe it's a British term. I mean, remember where Rares is stationed at.
Yeah.
Well, all it says is a jape is a practical joke.
What year did it originate from?
Okay. So they call it that because jungle jokes wouldn't sound quite as natural.
So let's see. So what I got here is that it came from... It's Middle English, coming from the Old French term japer, which means to yelp or yap.
Would it be Yapper?
Which came from Old French gabber, which meant to mock, or gaber.
I mean Gabber.
That's all I know. Yo Gabba Gabba.
You know what? That sounds about right. It's some random ass English term that just actually is also alliterative in this case.
Also, be
that's all you
careful
gotta
with
know.
those bats because they can hurt you.
Really?
Not these bats.
Yeah, they can.
Those bats?
Yeah.
You might be thinking of bats you'll encounter later.
No, those bats can hurt you too.
I thought it was just
Pretty sure they don't.
I'm pretty confident they can.
Well, we'll try it out later. For now, I always thought they were just set decorations. Anywho'sin.
Like, if they're 2D sprites, then yeah, they won't hurt you.
Oh, hey, it's Diddy.
Hey, DK, help!
My little buddy senses are tingling.
Diddy.
Diddy, my friend.
Oh, yeah, by the way, they stole your friends. I probably should have said that, and there's 25 gold bananas in every level.
25.
Why you not tell DK this to begin with, dumb bird?
But due to legal stipulations, you are only allowed to have 5 in your donkey pocket at any moment.
But donkey don't have pockets to begin with.
That's...
So yeah, starting off, we're a little naked right now. Like, obviously we can collect bananas as we see fit, we can punch, we can donkey kick, which is also a very effective means of breaking platforming when you feel like.
Yep.
And we have the orange grenades, but aside from that, there's really not much else we can really do.
Horrifyingly enough, we cannot
Yeah.
pop balloons or just grab them because they don't count as extra lives anymore.
But as you see there, at least DK has maintained the efficiency of his roll jump.
Oh,
How vicious!
James maintains the abilities known as the roll jumping. Aw.
Well, it's more like a longer jump.
But it's cool. I like that. I'm glad that they kept that detail a little bit, and you got some great, crazy momentum in this game.
Actually, let me check something real quick. Okay, I only have 3 coins to my name. Not sure if that'll be enough for
Each
what I'm about
funky.
to meet
Oh,
up
hey,
with.
it's my uncle.
your
You can
uncle.
keep an eye out. Let me see.
Uncle Funky?
Uncle Funky.
Funky uncle.
Oh, hey.
Uncle Funkle?
Prezi, you're gonna find one of.
God damn it.
All right, you're gonna find one of these in every level, and you're gonna want to do these. You're not gonna know why yet, but you're gonna really want to do these.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
We gotta beat up his goons.
Strangely enough, you actually don't need to get that many of them to beat the game, but it's within your best interest to find them all anyway.
Oh, okay.
Beaver.
Watch out for the beavers!
They seemed very upset about you beating them up.
Oh, I mean, it's almost like all the crowd is biased or something.
Oh, okay, so there's a kremlin
Is
in the
it
crowd. Okay.
biased?
By ass.
I mean, it's like they're rooting for the beavers.
Welcome to
Wait, what the
Bias.
hell did you just do there?
Oh, I did a high jump.
Yeah.
No, like, did you jump on them?
Oh
You
yeah.
can jump on enemies if you want to.
You can jump on them?
Yes, you can.
Well, yeah. I mean, Icky could always do those in the DK games.
I thought you had to punch them.
I mean, you could totally punch them if you want to, but otherwise, yes, you can still jump on them the old-fashioned way. Only downside is that with how low your jumps naturally are, it's not that easy to do.
Right. So that's
Can
probably.
you jump on Kremlings too?
Yes, you can. It's actually probably one of the funniest things you can do in this game.
Can you jump on claptraps?
Not claptraps.
You can't jump on stingers,
Oh,
obviously.
Hey, been a long time, Donkey Dude.
Whoa.
Karul's return is a real bummer. So the main monkey's here to fix you up with some reptile kicking hardware.
Oh.
Rare.
Check this out. I got this real cool shooter that'll trash Karul's army. And it's yours for just 3 coins. Are we talking the deal here?
You seem to have recovered very well from your trauma.
He peels the coins off his foot from walking on them.
Yeah, oh, that's right. This is the Funky Kong that gets depressed real easily. It's come to a point now where he realized, oh, right, we're in a war now.
I'll be like Funky Kong. Like I thought you were just like a surfer dude. Now you freaking do like military like surplus gear.
I mean,
Oh, you think that's funny? Imagine him trying to surf on the very rocket he has on his back.
I don't want to do that. Although he probably should. That would have been sick.
I'm sure some people will find that hardcore.
Also, I just realized, what am I doing?
Oh right.
Zero doing now, Donkey Dude. Afraid I gotta go work on my next big thing.
Alright, man.
So, I must be honest.
Was it
I
bad?
was such a confused little boy back in the year 2001 or so.
Yeah. Huh?
Because I was playing this game with my dad and my sister. And at the same time, I also had a VH tape of the Donkey Kong Country cartoon.
Oh, yeah.
So, I was watching that, and they made such a big deal of the crystal coconut. And I always thought it's like, you might need Funky's help to get me out of here.
You thought that?
Woo. But no.
I mean, it's a fair thought to have.
I was so confused. It's like they make such a big deal of the crystal coconut. I was like, but you could find those on the floor fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, to be fair, that came out before DK64.
You saw
I
nothing.
didn't know that at the time.
Well,
In fact,
now
I
you
didn't even know it was
know.
made
Oh
in
gosh.
France.
There you go.
How about some target practice?
Alright,
Get to be-
and now, have you been able to? Nice. Now, have you been able to try?
First try.
Nice. Now, have you been able to like remap any of the buttons with this current version you're trying?
The only thing I really did any hardcore change up with is with character swapping. But that's something I can get more into once we actually free Diddy.
Okay.
Oh, I gotta hit the other ones.
Well, we got one coconut out of 3.
Yeah. So the main thing regarding, gunplay in this game is that every Kong you rescue, along with, DK here, actually gets a gun by courtesy of Funky at his whole army despot.
Yeah.
Or dispo, whatever, however you pronounce that. Depot. Thank you.
Yeah. I hear you.
But you get one of those. You have to hold down the Z button and then press left on the C, like the left C button.
Yeah.
These codes have so many options for moves.
I like them.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how much you can get out of just ducking. But anyway, you pull your gun out and then you can start shooting with the B button. You can shoot in third person if you want to, but more often than not, it's better to just go into first person view to aim, because that's really the only real practicality actually using your guns in this game.
Right.
Come to think it, I was always wondering things like, well, where's Bluster Kong?
Well, he ain't. Oh, dude. We don't
Yahoo!
Oh.
Way to go, DK! Now that I'm free, I can help you by collecting red bananas. I'll just go and wait in the tag barrel until you need my help.
Alright, goodbye,
Red
Diddy.
bananas. What are they, chili flavored?
Red bananas?
There actually are red-colored bananas in the world.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
how.
technically what is that? Is that a ghost banana?
No,
That is a red banana, which unfortunately DK cannot pick up because he is not Diddy.
that is unfortunate. So, unfortunately, we will now have to walk all the way back to the nearest tag barrel in order to become a Diddy.
It's like his face is right there.
I mean, it's already right here. We can show this off at the very least. Because, yeah, we can swap between DK, we can swap between Diddy Kong right now.
Oh, DK looked so disappointed when he swapped.
Oh.
Oh.
And yeah, there are 5 golden bananas for you too. Again, there are 25, 5 for every Kong. You will be expected, if you want to find as many as you can, to do a lot of backtracking with every Kong in your.
Oh,
What?
what magic!
Diddy grew up really fast.
He suddenly changed species.
His hat turned into a
And now he's back
What
to
the
normal.
hell?
Oh, that's so cool. I love that.
What is happening?
They're going faster.
Congratulations, your Diddy Kong stopped evolving?
So,
So right there is the primary, key feature of the Tag Anywhere mod. You can swap between any Kong you have on your party with the press of a button. Normally it's mapped to the D-pad, though I configured it in such a way to where I use the shoulder buttons instead.
Okay.
I think that's fair. And
Now we have these banana balloons.
And I gotta be honest, with what I just saw there, that's actually pretty, slick that they did that it works that quickly without any loading transitions, and they even, went the extra mile to, have, just a nice little, quality of life of even having, the make a little, sound whenever when they swap out. When I'm seeing it in action, it's gosh, why couldn't the game have just been like that?
I
Probably
have
would
a
have been
bit
too
of a
advanced
hunch.
for the 64.
But I see, but due to due to how big some of the Kongs are, you have to make sure you're far enough away from a wall that you don't clip into it when you switch back to the other person.
No, that's not entirely it. Basically, the only you can swap whenever you want, except when you're in the process of collecting a very specific collectible for a specific Kong, like these red bananas, for example.
Oh.
While the thing is active on the HUD, you can't swap the characters until it disappears.
That makes sense given the color coding that we'll be
What?
having to deal
Yeah,
with.
no, it would break the game in two if you could do it anytime you wanted.
What I find impressive
Okay.
in talking about that, the fact that not only it switches characters seamlessly, but you have to keep in mind it also changes the intangibility of the items that seamlessly as well.
Yep. And more
Well, I mean, I
importantly,
imagine there's a
Check this out, Diddy dude! I got this real cool shit. damn it! I think that earlier funky impression killed my throat.
No.
Someone else take
That'll
over.
trash K-Rule's army, and it's just yours for 3 coins!
That makes it sound
Sorry,
Italian.
this is Transylvanian funky.
You have now unlocked his neutral special.
Or would it be Kongsylvania?
So I do gotta wonder now, James. I'm curious. Are there any mods that can restore Diddy's freaking like pistols and Donkey Kong's double barrel?
To that I'm not sure, though I wouldn't be surprised if someone actually did mod them back in.
Okay,
Like a
'cause I always thought
character
that was
model
silly.
mod, it is absolutely in the cards, I think.
Nice.
You know
So, oh, that's a DK banana, I guess.
That's a DK banana.
There you
So
go.
naturally, switch to DK.
No, that's so nice.
But what if you grab the banana just as you switch to Diddy?
It couldn't. They don't allow
I
you
don't think
to.
it's possible.
Oh.
I think they have like a proximity thing to avoid that because yeah, it is definitely like. Boop. No, but again, that alone right there, what James just did is proof of why this is gonna be so much like smoother to be doing like in real time, not having to like do one after the other. Because you see they start doing this where like, and later levels will get a bit more egregious about it of like. Of having you need to go back to multiple places over and over.
And granted, there are tag barrels basically in like every major area of the map.
But in the original game, you had to like travel to all of them just to switch your
who's
songs.
this?
He's a Kersplat.
Oh!
For the longest time, I used to think that this enemy was redesigned Fresha because I had the old strategy guide that completely confused this guy for a completely different naming schema for these enemies.
Was it the Prima guide?
Officially, they're called Kersplats.
Oh, and also
Was it the Prima guide?
was the Prima guide? May have been.
Yeah, I think that's the one.
Yep, that's the same exact guide I had.
I had a couple of I had a couple of what was it? I had a couple of games that did something like that. Like Kingdom Hearts 1 actually. I had one of the strategy guides where they considered like they called them bit snipers. I don't know why, but basically there were these little enemies that like Ansem could summon like at the very like end, like just little teeny mooks, and they considered them bosses.
Oh, it's a red-headed dude.
Oh, now that's it.
Oh, he's trying to get that yellow coin first off. Oh boy.
Oh,
So, I think it's worth explaining that for every level of the game, there's at least 5 of these guys, each with a different colored mohawk. One yellow, one red, one green, one blue, one purple. You can only collect the things that they drop as the character's, the proper character.
Right.
Yep.
You can beat them up as anybody, but yeah.
I mean just for fun. Yeah, I mean they don't mind.
For fun, he says.
You know,
Yeah, for
I-
fun.
Again,
and
another
profit.
key reason why I'm primarily doing this redo playthrough with the mod.
Yeah. You know,
Saves a whole lot of time and frustration.
And I'm very happy for you showing me how to install this because I want to do this as well on my Steam Deck.
Right, and I mean, there's that, and I mean, and like, you can have this and so much more, especially now that this game is now Archipelago friendly.
That's
Oh
true.
my god, that beaver
No,
is
it's
huge!
no. I'm super stoked about that. Not only that, the Archipelago mod comes with the Tag Anywhere mod, like just pre-bundled in. They know how much of a game changer this thing is.
Also, I like to mention that Big Naughty had a angry expression.
Oh,
You did?
Yeah, it had like angry eyebrows.
interesting.
Huh. Yeah. I
And
mean, it looked as dopey as all the other ones. I barely even noticed.
So what can we buy from good old Cranky?
he's
The Baboon Blast.
he's kind of like a mumbo jumbo in that he'll give, but in that he'll give you permanent abilities for each time you find him.
You mean jam jars?
Honestly, he's more comparable to jam jars and and bottles.
You know what? Yeah, that's probably the better. That's probably the better answer. So there you go. Now we unlocked ourselves a new type of mini game.
You know, come to think of it, I always thought it was completely random that Cranky decided to go into being the old mad doctor type character, but then it hit me. Maybe he did this because he's trying to so desperately find a way to bring his wife back.
Aww.
that's kind of cute.
So like a Dr. Frankenstein.
Yeah.
It's Frankenstein.
But Baron K. Rollenstein was already a thing.
Hey, is everyone ready for our legally obligated time with the one, the only Ramb.
The rambunctious.
I am.
The box with the almighty Rambus and a complimentary banana.
Whoa!
And a complimentary banana medal.
That was fucking cool!
We have a lot to
do
talk
that,
about. So now let's cover this.
It's Ramby! This is like one of the only times in the game you actually have to play as him, so cherish it while you have it.
In fact, it's the only time in the game, if I remember correctly.
Look at him go.
Technically, there's 2 other times, but one of them is completely optional.
I'm so happy, hype.
Yeah.
They brought this theme back for Bonanza, and I couldn't be happier.
And I'm very curious to see how that's gonna play out.
Do you think Grant Kirkhope's going to be working on the soundtrack for that thing?
Considering some interviews he's been doing recently, I don't think he's not involved in Bonanza's development, which is a bummer.
Aww.
I would not take it at face value because I think he did a similar thing when it came to Smash Ultimate before I found out, oh no wait, he is making music for that game.
I mean, that's fair too.
Oh no!
That was scary.
Dang, no more
A
Ramby.
sudden Ghostbusters sign attacked me.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
But you know what? Since we mentioned
What
Bonanza,
the?
and, oh,
Pretty lights.
This game's
There's
scary!
a lot of information. I am very much overstimulated. We need to turn back.
You're right.
but
Back it up.
But what I was actually about to say is because I don't remember if he was there whenever we talked about in the previous videos. Icky, what are your current thoughts on Bonanza as of this recording?
It looks fun, though I have some non-specific concerns, like how far can you destroy the environment without compromising level design?
Well, they did that. It's funny you say that. They actually did show off, like, there are, like, certain, like, when you get to a certain depth, you will come across, like, indestructible bedrock. So there will be, like, limits to, like, how far into a level you can dig in.
Yeah, but will it act as, like, walls or, like, impediments for, like, just making sure that you can't destroy the entire level?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, typically.
Okay.
I'm sure there's gotta be
I
like.
think I got too trigger happy because I shouldn't have done that right away.
Oh, well, I mean, we were curious about it.
Just like DK Bonanza.
Well, I'll be back there later because I still need to get Diddy's chippy charge.
Totally fair. Totally fair.
What the fuck did you just call it, Mr.?
Chimpy.
Chippy charge.
Oh.
But fair enough. Fair enough. The tag anywhere mod is still very useful, but there are still certain abilities we gotta learn. This is unfortunately not the speed mode mod.
Right. With the speed mode mod, I've already forgotten if I already said everything that needs to be said about speed mode. But basically, you unlock every character from the get-go. You have all their abilities right from the get-go, including their weapons, instruments, and their cameras. Basically, your Kongs are all jacked out.
That sounds like an absolute godsend, but also incredibly overwhelming.
Yeah,
I mean,
I definitely.
It's primarily there for speedrunners.
Yeah, no, that is like only to be recommended if like you just want to play the game and beat it in like a couple afternoons and you're already familiar with what every ability is at once.
But I suspect that you would at least want to like get a move on and not have to backtrack so often.
There's the
Oh,
Hertus
jeez.
cranium.
Oh, tastes like...
It tastes like mint! I hate mint!
I was about to say,
Tastes like mouthwash.
I love
Mouthwash?
mouthwash.
That's the obvious.
It is mouthwash.
How mean.
Oh no, he's gone to his crazy coming phase.
Oh, thank you, sir.
By the way, have you played that hit game Mouthwashing?
They made an entire game based on mouthwash? That's neato.
They want you to be hygienic. They want you to be nice and hygienic.
I like being hygienic.
stay tuned for our eventual mouthwashing playthrough.
Oh boy.
Spoilers, it barely has much of anything to do with mouthwash.
Nope.
Except it kind of does.
Well, in that case, I will not
I
be...
just can't wait for trauma.
Yeah, that's the
Maybe
plan.
if we're lucky, we'll even have a special guest on board for that one. But that being said, it's time to show off the thing that we actually got from DK earlier, or from Cranky earlier with DK, involving these pads here.
You see, with the magic of this power,
Shiakazi!
we can fly.
Well, we get sent flying anyway.
You know, if it weren't for, like, some scientific discovery that Cranky Kong made, I would love it if this ability just had, like, absolutely zero context in how Donkey Kong just fucking goes skyrocketing with, like, the force of an actual cannon.
I just always feel so bad. He sounds to be in such distress, Hype.
He is in such distress.
Yes, Hype? You're laughing. The poor gorilla's terrified, and you're laughing.
The poor gorilla's going at Mach 2.
Logan, you would be laughing too if he was ragdolling.
Okay.
He's going at Mach 2 in the stratosphere, and you're laughing
You're
at
right.
a
If he
gorilla.
was ragdolling, not in a lock animation, if his body was just flipping and like tweaking out, I would probably be laughing a lot.
You know, realistically, I shouldn't even be worrying about those 10 yellow bananas I'm missing, but the OCD part of me is kind of just like, maybe I should check just to be absolutely certain.
No problem.
Oh yeah,
I have
so
a hunch that it might be a floating yellow thing.
so I guess to clarify.
You know what? You're right.
Oh yeah, so
Where would that floating yellow bee even be?
let's see. Let's check. You know what? Isn't there like a place we can go inside somewhere?
That offhand, I can't.
Well, like if you go out here, I remember. Can't you like go into like a cave or a mine system out there? If you go back to where the Kersplat was, or where the number 3 pad was. And like if you go to your left, isn't there like
Oh, you mean
a
the
spot?
underground area?
Yeah, like if you go to your left from
You could
here,
access that with Chunky Kong.
Right.
like
Well, you know what? I'm not going to worry too much about it right now, because otherwise DK's more or less all done here.
Okay.
Now it's time for Diddy to start cleaning up.
oh yeah, okay, yeah,
For the
because sorry,
chips time.
because there was a lot that we need to cover here. So Icky, you remember the big shiny metal that was shown to you earlier?
Yeah, the one that made a really cool sound effect.
Yep. So they understand that there's already a
should
butt
get
ton of
that.
things to be collecting. So thankfully, like there is one like aspect of this game that does rely upon you actually collecting a lot of normal bananas. But after that's done, the banana medals, the banana medals are the main thing we're after for. I think, is it just for Cranky Kong?
Just for Cranky Kong.
The banana medals are just for Cranky Kong and another thing that we'll get into later. But for the time being, you only need 75 of a character's bananas to get the banana medal for that character for that stage.
Right.
Right.
Everything else will be covered from there.
So I'm surprised that a beaver died to a peanut.
He was allergic.
Also, I was severely disappointed to learn when I was little that watermelon did not look that candy-like or even taste as visually appealing.
It actually is very good if you get like what you want is you want a watermelon that has like a little bit of yellow on like the outside of its skin, like starting to work out. But then it's like actually I wouldn't say overripe, but that's the point where like it tastes a lot sweeter than your average run of the mill watermelon.
Did you know that they make yellow watermelon?
Yeah, they make blue watermelon.
No. I mean, like, you know, the outer shell of the watermelon is still green. It's just the innards are switched from red to yellow.
Oh.
You lost me.
It's a yellow watermelon, but with yellow instead of red.
I'll follow.
Oh, I want to just to get back to what we were talking about, because I was kind of curious to hear
sure.
like his thoughts on it. So you mentioned that like aside from like the limitations of wrecking stuff up, you said there were like a couple other things about Bonanza that were making you a little hesitant.
I think it's just that, like, the fact that you could destroy so much of the level terrain. Like, is it all going to be so, like, are you going to have to dig through every single nook and cranny for 100%?
Well, right away what we're seeing is that it looks like there's going to be things that give you hints and clues, or like treasure maps, basically. Imagine you've been put into like imagine you've been put into like one of those interactive like digging archaeology sites at like Jurassic Park land or something where
But you
like
find clue scrolls to tell you, like, you should search in this area.
Yeah.
Or look for, like, the specific set piece and do a certain thing there.
yes,
Also-
so pretty much yeah. Banana.
Bonanza.
So yeah, that's how I'm looking at it. Continue, hype.
Well, I was just about to say another thing regarding to the terrain thing. Like, not only do they have like layers to keep you from like destroying an entire island, I don't see a lot of people pointing it out. But like whenever you like bring up the map, where it shows like the overhead of the area and all the terrain you destroyed, there is a restore terrain button.
Oh, okay.
Is?
Oh, for real?
That's actually, I'm surprised they just kind of leave it out like that. I thought you have to like talk to a person or something.
I imagine they probably did that on the off chance there are like any puzzles that like someone might have missed up if they like accidentally destroyed a platform that they need.
That's true. Or
See, that's what I'm worried about when it comes to Bonanza. Like, how often are you going to have to find yourself, like, actively hitting the reset level button.
So simply just play carefully, Ichabod. Just tiptoe and you don't have to destroy everything. Just wait until those moments when you're really sure, like, yes, I should definitely destroy this, or start digging here.
Excuse me, but Ichabod was my superfluous alternate identity.
I can't believe you just doxed him, Logan.
Yeah, like, seriously, dude. So,
sorry.
so undignified.
Buddy, we've been doxing you for all these years, and only now you're starting to bitch about it?
Yes!
That's fair.
I have to put those boats somewhere without you doxing them.
I know that's fair. So, while we're
I
taking
have to
care
let
of...
them float around wild and free, instead of being doxed.
So while we take... instead of being doxed. No, so while we deal with more of these guys, like, I can't go a single week without being doxed. No, I don't know. Just something about, like... something about just what we're all doing here. So, right away, James, do you have a favorite of the Kongs to be playing as?
Very good question, honestly. I mean, Diddy's already up there, considering his agility is pretty nice.
True, true.
There's another Kong we'll be meeting up with relatively later, and by that I mean, like, right around the next world, where, you know... Listen, it's hard to mess up a character who's pretty damn good with her ponytails.
Oh dear, it is time.
Welcome to Minecart!
Ah, yes, the age-old, lovable minecart sequence. We go through a whole obstacle course while collecting a whole bunch of these random DK coins along the way. And if we manage to clear the thing with all the necessary coins, we'll get a banana out of it.
Just a pleasant, scenic tour of the mines.
Very pleasant indeed.
Where we have to collect 50 coins. And then the stress kicks in.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
That Crash Bandicoot Wrath of
Jesus
Cortex would
Christ.
shamelessly try to copy years later at a slower speed. Hype.
This ain't your grandmama's minecart ride, kiddies. This is the one that puts hair on your chest.
Oh my
This
god.
is a pleasant,
Oh,
scenic
oh, damn.
minecart ride.
Hype, I am scared. There's too much. Oh my lord, Clubber.
Oof!
Also, be careful, because if you slow down too much or don't make enough tracks, there is a TNT barrel cart chasing after you the entire time.
You know, that's actually clever of them to say, like, hey, don't go too slow, bub. You gotta accelerate.
Time is of the essence.
And
I
will
will
give
say,
this, like,
I love the music for these minecart sections, but holy fuck is it stressful.
I mean, I also...
Music's great. Honestly, I just think the overall production values for these rides are great.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, there's the cart.
I wish there was at least, like, a warning for that kind of thing.
It's called Move. But no, I agree, like, the lighting, like, and the fact that this is all running pretty much at 60 FPS, like, very rarely
Well,
does this game...
definitely not 60. Definitely not 60. In fact, if you were playing this on legit hardware, this game is pretty prone to slowing down a good chunk of the time.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
In fact, I believe this is one of the very few N64 games that required the expansion pack and was, in fact, packaged with it.
I think
It
so.
was.
Also,
But you can definitely tell put a dent on Nintendo's profits at the time.
that's fair.
That
Also,
TNT barrel should have exploded you.
it didn't hit it. It didn't touch
But
Diddy.
apparently, only Diddy Kong is tangible, not Minecart.
True. Also, of what on these turns, nice. On these turns,
78.
James, if you speed up too fast, is it possible for the cart to fall off the rails?
No.
Good question. Is that ever a problem in any other Donkey Kong game?
I don't. Yeah, that is a problem.
Then yes.
The answer there is no. It's never a problem, and it's not a problem here either. Thank fucking
Oh,
God.
I was thinking like, just can a cart fall off the rails? Like, dude, yeah, carts fall off the rails in Donkey Kong levels all the time. I hate that.
Have you ever seen that scene in Hoodwinked where they rode the minecart?
Hey, DK, that sounds like an avalanche. Oh, don't worry. It's just Old Man Mountain showing us who boss.
Hey, look at this. Hey, look at this. Hey, look at this. DK Dinamite must be Italian.
Must be Italian.
It's like, oh, okay,
Hey,
never mind. Disc
Hey,
candles.
I'm Donkey Kong. Here,
I
my
would
girl.
have, you know what, James? I would have accepted. I would have accepted a.
Patrick Warburton.
Yeah, I would have accepted a Patrick Warburton Donkey Kong.
Actually, I see him more as honestly, I see him more as Chunky.
I was actually just thinking Chunky.
You know what?
Hey,
That's
Donkey
fair.
Kong. Ooga boog.
Ooga booga. That's my catchphrase. Isn't it? Thank you. My lord.
I thought his catchphrase was "Messmate, now you gotta kiss me."
Depends on the warbird you're talking about.
We canceled. Oh yes.
You may have noticed earlier that we got a couple of very not blue blueprints earlier.
Yes.
Yellow prints, in fact.
Find them. There they are.
And a red
Yellow
one.
and red prints. These go to this guy here, Snide.
A guy that looks like he was ripped right out of Banjo-Kazooie.
Go ahead, hype. Icky's been a character to me. I have as well.
Okay.
Greetings. Snide's the name. Revenge is my game. Did you know Carol's been working on his Blastomatic machine and intends to destroy your island? I was the chief technician on the project, but that double-crossing lizard kicked me off his team because he didn't trust me. I'll try to help you stop Carol's machine, thus validating his entrust in me, but you'll need to find some of my original blueprints. I believe they were given to some of the king's toughest cronies. So be careful. For every blueprint you return, I'll give you one of those golden bananas Carol stole from your hoard. No blueprint, no banana. You never know, they might just buy you some valuable time. That's the deal, Kong. A splendid Kong. I see you have my first blueprint. Here's one of those, golden bananas in return.
I love how you make him sound exactly like the fucking... What's his name? Herman? The one-armed dude in The Simpsons that runs the antique store.
Oh.
That is a coincidence. I'll just take your word on that.
You know, the guy who holds Snake and Chief Wiggum hostage.
Well, I say
forgot
that
that
because,
episode.
again, I haven't really watched a lot of Simpsons growing up.
We'll catch up on that later.
We should remedy that.
We'll fix that later. Continue, James.
So, I just realized a very funny coincidence. So, this Snide character here, he's a weasel.
Yeah.
And this game was made in around 1999.
And
you want to know
could
another
say
game that were made around...
And you could say he has a knack for invention.
That being said, though, you want to know another game that came out in 1999 that also involved weasels and was developed by Rare?
What's
I
that?
thought that was 2001.
No, it was 99. This is just before the turn of millennium, Iki.
Oh.
Yeah. Get with it.
But
I
yeah,
don't know
think
why I'm
hard on
like
that. What other Rare game was out at the time that also involved having to deal with a weasel? Well, okay, in this game, this weasel's on our side, but there was another game they made where the weasels were the bad guys, and you had to chase after them in your race cars.
Oh, I was totally thinking of the time you had to deal with a Nazi weasel scientist.
Okay, you know what? That's a fair point too.
But yes, no, you're right. Frickin' the weasel in the car and the bear.
What?
And a certain mouse.
I have no idea what game you're talking about here.
You know, it's funny, like, I
They
said...
went on a whole cross-country adventure on their race cars.
Mickey Mouse is Mickey Speedway. Mickey Icky.
Don't you dare make that association ever again.
Understood.
Howdy, Donkey. We can help you progress through your quest, but there's just one problem.
What's up?
I want to reach the key above my head to open this door for you, but I've eaten far too much. I reckon that if you can feed my buddy Scuff over there, he might be able to overcome my... Sorry, wait. So if you've got any tasty bananas, go ahead and stand on our pad, and let's see what we can do.
I
By
don't
the way,
wanna-
my name's Trough.
I don't want to be prude, but I hate these two.
Probably the most out-of-pocket thing that the series has ever done.
Yeah.
Because let's be real here. This whole thing right here, like, just this whole hall with these two fat asses with nipple rings.
I don't like that.
Does this scream like something that belongs in Donkey Kong?
Not really, and I'm really glad that this dude's nephew got his doctorate and helped us at checkpoints instead.
You know what? That's a fair point.
I mean, in DKC 3, all the Kremling mooks were naked.
I think.
Fair point. Well made. Anyway,
Nom, nom,
eat
nom,
up, fatty.
nom.
But yeah, no, like this whole thing in general, it almost feels like something that would make better sense in, like, I don't know, Banjo-Kazooie.
Wow, just like that with a
Conker's
single
Back for a Day.
Kong, you gotta figure it out.
Or cameo
Yep.
elements of power.
Didn't really take much at all. So yeah, once the key is twisted, the gate will choose their Kong of choice,
And we can
allow
enter
that
stop
to-
and swap.
Icky.
Icky, you're in a wild mood today.
I am.
Yes,
Mainly
so
because I have a lot of nostalgia for this stupid game.
Aww.
Me too. I mean, again, like, there are many people out there who will decry this game just for how obnoxious it is just 100% it. At the same time, though, a part of his nostalgic bias, maybe it's just also because what they do with the technology at the time was still pretty damn impressive.
Like, look at this dude.
And thus we have the first boss of the game, Army Dillo.
And yeah, no, like, the boss fights in them themselves are also pretty fun.
Like, look at this.
Though I will say, this very first boss fight highlights one of my biggest issues with this game. It is way too fucking dark for its own good.
Well, yeah. Also, don't mind that. So, this thing's hitbox is a little on the wonky side. Basically, you have to, like, the explosion has to just barely touch him right on his front.
Oh.
You have to
right
hit
on
him
his
in the nose.
Okay, so perfect. Right here. Bam!
Like, right around there.
But like the details.
You know, I gotta say, I really like this boss remix of Jungle Japes that's playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the boss fight themes in this game are remixes of the worlds that you actually encounter them in.
Oh yeah, no, like if there's one thing that like Grant Kirkhope's really damn good at, especially around this time, is how he handles leitmotifs.
Yeah. No, and like, and again, like the lightning, the fact that it like warps the very terrain when you start, like they were like, again, they were going all cylinders on making this game like push the N64 to its goddamn limits.
They were cooking with this game.
Just like you're cooking this armadillo.
Poor Armadillo.
Yeah, roasty toasty.
Gosh, oh my gosh.
And you know what? I'd argue that this is one of their absolute best looking games on the N64.
That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, agreed, very much so. Like even listen, there's still people out there that still think that the model of DK here is peak DK.
Yeah.
This is PK.
No, that's Earthbound.
No, that's PSI.
No, that's the Duck Adventure. Get your facts right.
The what?
Yep. You done it. Come on, stay down.
And he's down.
You say what they're geek. You should see what the Italians do to Mickey and Friends. It's quite interesting.
Oh, dude, I wanna like dub those comics at some point. They're nuts.
They really are.
Look at the fucking lighting on this thing, though.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the lighting in general. Like all these fairies that are flying along DK to celebrate his success.
Look
And
at
now
all the shadows going around.
Man, and to think, like, modern day consoles like had a hard time trying to emulate this properly until like maybe about a decade ago.
Modern day consoles couldn't emulate realistic fish AI, but Call of Duty proved them wrong.
I learned something.
And then Mario 64 said hi.
I learned something
No, it
today.
said hello.
Yeah, I was about to say hello. What's up, Logan?
There you go.
Also, where'd the door go?
Well, that's it. We finished the boss of level 1. Every level has one.
Was
So-
there ever a door there to begin with?
No. But I learned something. Really quick, James.
What's up?
What's up?
Apparently, Glover, when it was being made for the N64, at one point, if this documentary is to be believed, at one point, Nintendo actually did reach out to them at one point, saying that with their 3D platformer, we would be interested in publishing this game, and we will call it Mario's Glove.
Mario's Glove.
Like that, you were literally so instead of Glover, you would have instead been playing Mario's Glove.
That feels like a freaking April Fool's joke.
I don't believe them for one fucking second there.
I feel like, but I don't know. Apparently, it was posted by Mario Week. The what do they go by? It was posted
Super
by that
Mario
Super Mario.
Roth.
Yeah, the Super Mario Wiki and the Twitter.
Oh. Huh.
They link to the video and everything. And there you go, Clumsy.
So we got one of the keys.
Hooray! Now get the rest of them.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, man.
Or else I'll tell my idiot brother that you've been helping the enemy.
Don't. No, then you get
What?
to stand timeout forever. Oh,
was
that's
gonna
right.
say,
I
I
want,
No, I'm pretty sure he
Oh,
has
yeah,
feeding
sorry.
times.
That's right, K.Lumsy don't have little brother.
yep, that's non-canon. So James,
Clumsy all alone.
I could definitely see how this is gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, like we've only just finished one world with only 2 Kongs. I mean, there was also like the introductory stuff, but I think that being said, I think we're pretty much good with our first session of Donkey Kong. So I say let's quit the game, and we'll come back to this at a later point.
Yeah, no,
And I am
certainly.
fairly certain that this is the shortest any of these parts is ever going to get.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I think I believe in James.
Only at an hour.
I believe in James. I think he can do it. So I mean, all we gotta do is like take a little breather, get ourselves a little lunch break. The Alan will be back. Come on, we'll go to In and Out. No problem. Alan will be back when we come back.
I've actually never been to In and Out.
Dude, you're gonna love it. Like the burgers are fantastic.
Oh,
It's
the fries are
okay.
great.
Oh.
Like no, and honestly, you gotta go for the secret menu items. I think they're great. Don't worry, we'll come back to the island later.
Game